Alright, welcome to today's class. In this class, we are going to be considering completing the square method of a quadratic equation. Now let's solve an example. Example 1. Solve x squared minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Now note this. Before you start solving any problem on completing the square method, ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. In this question, the coefficient of x squared is 1. Now, x squared is the same thing as 1x raised to power 2. So our first step in solving this problem is to move the constant term to the right hand side. So here we have x squared minus 3x is equal to, if you move negative 2 to the right hand side, it becomes positive 2. And then our next task is to multiply the coefficient of x by half and then square the answer. The coefficient of x is 3. So if we multiply negative 3 by half, it will give us negative 3 all over 2. And then we square the answer, all raised to power 2. Our third task here is to add the answer to the left hand side and the right hand side of the equation. So this is the equation: x squared minus 3x equal to 2. So if we add negative 3 all over 2 all squared to both the right hand side and the left hand side, it will give us x squared minus 3x plus negative 3 all over 2 all squared is equal to 2 plus negative 3 all over 2 and then all squared. Our next task is to collect the terms having square in the left hand side. So we have x squared plus negative 3 all over 2 all squared equal to 2 plus negative 3 all over 2 all squared. So we are discarding negative 3x. This can be written as x minus 3 all over 2 all squared equal to 2 plus negative 3 all over 2 all squared. So our next task here is to expand the brackets in the right hand side. X minus 3 all over 2 all squared is equal to, so if we expand these brackets, it will give us 2 plus negative 3 squared is equal to 9 all over positive 2 squared is equal to 4. So x minus 3 all over 2 all squared is equal to 8 plus 9 all over 4. That means if you take the LCM of 2 plus 9 all over 4, it will give you 8 plus 9 all over 4. So x minus 3 all over 2 all squared is equal to 8 plus 9 is giving us 17 all over 4. Our next task here is to eliminate the square by taking square root of both sides. So here we have square root of x minus 3 all over 2 all squared is equal to square root of 17 all over 4. So 2 cancels the square root. We are left with x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to square root of 17 all over 4. So here we have x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to, this can be written as square root of 17 all over square root of 4. So here we have x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to square root of 17 all over square root of 4 is 2. Now note this, the square root of any number is equal to plus or minus the answer. The square root of any number is equal to plus or minus the answer. E.g., square root of 4 is equal to plus or minus 2. So we have x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to plus or minus 17 all over 2. Now, for the positive, x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to plus 17, square root of 17 rather, all over 2. Now let's make x the subject formula. X is equal to, you move negative 3 all over 2 to the right hand side, it becomes positive 3 all over 2, and then plus square root of 17 all over 2. So x is equal to, if you take the LCM of this, you would have 2, 3 plus square root of 17. So this is the answer for the positive. So let's consider the negative. For the negative, x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to minus square root of 17 all over 2. So now let's make x the subject formula. X is equal to, if you move negative 3 all over 2 to the right hand side, it becomes positive 3 all over 2, and then minus square root of 17 all over 2. So therefore, x is equal to 3 minus square root of 17 all over 2. So this is the answer for the negative. Therefore, x is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 17 all over 2. So this is our final answer. All right, so let's solve another example. Now note this, before you start solving any problem on completing the square method, ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Here the coefficient of x squared is 3. So how do we eliminate this 3? We can eliminate this 3 by dividing by 3. So 3x squared divided by 3 minus x divided by 3 equal to 6 divided by 3. 3 cancels 3. And then 3 into itself is 1. 3 into 6, you're left with 2. So here we have x squared minus x all over 3 is equal to 2. So our next task is to multiply the coefficient of x by half and then square the answer. The coefficient of x here is 1 all over 3. Now note this, 1 all over 3 multiplied by x is the same thing as x all over 3. So if you multiply 1 all over 3 by half, it will give you, add the negative sign. Negative 1 all over 3 multiplied by half, it will give you negative 1 all over 6. And then let's square the answer. So our next task is to add the answer to the left hand side and the right hand side of the equation. So this is the equation. X squared minus x all over 3 is equal to 2. So if you add the answer, it will give you x squared minus plus negative 1 all over 6 all squared equal to 2 plus negative 1 all over 6 all squared. Our next task is to collect the terms having the square in the left hand side. So here we have x squared plus negative 1 all over 6 all squared equal to 2 plus negative 1 all over 6 all squared. You notice that we've discarded x all over 3.